Let me clear my throat. Live real quick. You already know the vibes. Roundtable type ish. Episode 78. Don't even try to hate. Let us be great. Now, I wanted to start off with this shit, given the fact that what I titled this episode. Road Dogg actually brings up a very interesting conversation. He basically says that AJ Styles is a better wrestler than Bret Hart. According to Wrestling Inc., AJ Styles has been a workhorse for WWE since arriving in 2016 when he debuted at the Royal Rumble as a match's third entrant. In his 6 years in the company, he has become a two-time WWE champion, a Triple Crown winner, and a Grand Slam champion. Though Styles has all his accolades to make him recognized as one of the greatest of all time inside and outside of WWE, TNA, NJPW, all that. He won titles all over the world. It's rare to hear him be the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. It's already in my book, though. With many putting names like Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Bret Hart ahead of him, WWE Hall of Famer Road Dogg Brian James has been very critical of Hart, saying that he never saw the big deal with him and said that Styles is a better wrestler than the Hitman. Now, this dude, oh, you didn't know? Road Dogg said, I'm saying he's a better wrestler. He's older now and he's slower now and he wants to work smarter now. But when he first got here, and I think he was very much in his prime, the the road puts it on you on that life. Excuse me about that. Stupid ass ads. He's tired now. But man, when he first got there, nobody works like he does. He works like everything he does in the ring, belt to belt, is real. And that's what I love about AJ Styles. AJ works so hard on making every single thing he does look real. It's so admirable and such a lost art that it's still great to see him do it. Rodo placed names like Kenny Omega below Styles, stating that the phenomenal one is one of the best he's ever seen in the ring and watched as well. Yeah, B. You already know the rules when it comes to you. You be on that silly shit. You up out of here. It's simple shit. Eye people's elbow. That's what I'm talking about. So I was going to my dude Black Star, B. And make sure y'all vote too. I have put a voting poll in my damn community guidelines. No, excuse me, my community chat. Who's a better wrestler, AJ Styles or Bret Hart? Me personally, I think this dude got a point. I think AJ is the better than Bret Hart, and I'm not talking about Bret Hart now, because of course Bret Hart can't do anything now. But I'm talking about like you know career versus career. Well, yeah, this dude AJ Styles. AJ Styles did have the longer career, but I think even if Bret Hart would have still been around, AJ still would have been a better wrestler. Because really think of it, I think if anything, AJ Styles is like a hybrid of Bret and Owen. Because see how Bret and Owen, Bret was a technical wrestler, Owen was a high flyer. That's the same thing with this dude. That's the same thing with AJ. He's like a hybrid.
Like to me, AJ is Ric Flair.
AJ's Ric Flair. Good
Yeah.
one. So I'm gonna give my opinion. One, Road Dogg smoking crack with the Bret Hart comment, but AJ Styles is amazing, and I'm gonna tell you why. His legacy was submitted even before he got to WWE. It just showed that he could have made it mainstream. What he did in TNA alone, when it was that company was absolutely nothing, made AJ Styles one of the best to ever do it. Let's not forget about those X Division ladder matches that they talk
Yeah.
about. Like
Oh, even one of the best matches in history. The shit between who was it, him or Joe and Christopher Daniels? That triple threat
yeah,
match.
Oh
and
yeah,
how
at
does he do
Unstoppable,
those
right?
X Division matches and not break his neck? How he never got injured? I never heard of a serious injury with AJ Styles, and he never got no one else injured.
No. Neither has Brett though. That's the thing. But I think this dude AJ Styles' offense was just more exciting. And I love Brett. Brett was definitely the essence of execution. He definitely was. But it's like with this dude, like, because even to this day, this dude AJ Styles could still perform the same way how he used to.
The only thing that I could say that Bret has an edge to, Bret Hart was the perfect role model. Undersized wrestler, technically efficient, but was loved globally everywhere. And you didn't hear any scandals except for catch up, catch up. Just except for the scandal that the Sunny Days, but that was just being petty. But you never heard anything bad about Bret Hart.
Yo, it sound mad loud out there. Like we had a
Pe-
Chinese restaurant party.
Jesus.
Nah, I'm at the greatest chicken spot of all time, Crown Chicken on
Oh,
Pepsi. What you know
Like
about
to
that
me,
Crown Fried Chicken? Are just like Kennedy Fried Chicken?
I
like to
remember all
me,
the
AJ
chicken
is more
spots.
consistent.
Yeah.
I like Popeyes.
Nah, nah. If you once you have some Crown Fried Chicken, not only that it's cheap, but it's greasy good. You don't want nothing else. but but
Dude, this guy's nickname should be Tapeworm. He's always eating on this show.
You know this, right?
Yeah, he's always somewhere.
who?
Cheesecake, chicken. Jesus.
This guy here,
Hey,
you
hey,
gotta take one.
hey, at least I'm not complaining about it. I missed the bacon. But
Yeah.
but
Okay.
AJ, I can't say nothing bad about AJ. It was just like, yo, this dude was phenomenal. Yeah, like what did he come up with that name or was he given that name? Just like how Bret Hart was given
He came up
the
with that name,
excellence. Well,
I
it
believe.
fits him perfectly. This dude never
Yeah,
missed
he
a
always
day.
been AJ Styles. He never been the
Yeah.
phenomenal AJ Styles. Like at first, matter of
And you
fact, that
and you know
name
what?
was actually a tag team.
And and you know what? You know what I respect about AJ Styles the most? He rejuvenated John Cena's career.
Uh,
Yeah,
He
when he beat
did.
up
What?
John Cena
you couldn't have
at
So
SummerSlam
rejuvenated
Yeah.
match.
John Cena's
no,
career with
he gave
Viagra.
he gave John Cena a 5-star match
Yeah, the
without the
SummerSlam match.
title on the line at SummerSlam, in
That's
which
true.
John Cena let AJ Styles get over. But that 16 title championship win, that was probably the best storytelling, even though we know it's all staged, but the storytelling alone, where it seemed like John Cena felt like he could not beat AJ Styles. And he had to get him two attitude adjustments just for him to win that title. And when he won the title, John Cena played it up perfectly. He looked like he was exhausted. He looked like he actually felt that he was never going to reach Ric Flair status.
Yeah.
And you got to give credit to AJ for that.
Yeah. Add Styles to the list. Another one Cena beat. They shouldn't
Yeah,
have.
no, but I think that was I think it was more like, hey,
No, I think he won that rivalry.
he
AJ won
deserved
that
it.
rivalry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he won that
AJ won that
rivalry,
rivalry.
but that was the perfect person to take the title from. Excedrin, extra strength.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
migraine.
It's five
Trademark
people
infringement.
here.
You can't
Five
advertise
people
product.
here. There's 5 lives. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, yo,
Check this out.
what's going on, Carlos? Hey, Carlos, make sure you hit that
Advertising.
thumbs up and when I'm saying I wish you well on when your new venture next month. Do what
I'm
it do, B.
advertising
Make sure you
fried
hit the
chicken,
thumbs up.
Excedrin, and ginger ale.
Yo, Scott. You see me here showing people out. Relax, B. You already know the nights with your bullshit. Relax.
Oh,
Anyways,
I'm not gonna be on my bullshit today. I guarantee it.
no, I'm
You
just
ready
saying,
for
like,
it?
you see me here shouting people out. Relax. Motherfucker. I'm here shouting people out. You trying to talk over me? Talking about
You
some
mentioned
damn fried chicken.
you mentioned Cena's name. You ready to start with the bullshit? Yeah.
Man, don't hate on Cena.
Okay.
And
Well, what's
did
up,
y'all hear
said?
that the NBC wants
Uriah?
to buy WWE?
Well, you said what? Say it again.
The NBC is going to buy WWE.
Probably.
There's
Either
always a
that or
rumor. There's always a rumor saying that somebody's gonna buy WWE. Disney
Ain't
wants to
nobody
buy
let that happen.
WWE. Peacock want to buy WWE.
Disney.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense for NBC to buy them, though.
yeah.
Oh, the mouse always goes over. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's good.
WWE is one of those companies that no one should touch it but a McMahon.
Nah, they need to go. I'm sorry. Their
I don't
No,
regime,
think
we had their
I think
regime
McMahon.
forever.
I
no,
think
I
McMahon
say
has touched enough people, Scott. That's what I
it
think.
should stay with the McMahons. Like it should be passed down to Stephanie's children. It should stay with the
Nah.
McMahons.
I'd rather see you go to McDonald's with a McMuffin. Fuck that. McMahon.
It'll even be worse. It will be worse then because I know damn well their kids don't watch wrestling. Shit.
Nope.
Prime
Absolutely.
example. Prime example. Remember when Shane kids told Vince that, oh, why don't you switch it up a little bit? Wrestling is boring. Why don't you do something different? And Vince didn't even want to listen to them.
Well,
Mm.
actually, Triple H's daughters want to be wrestlers.
They
I'm
do?
sure they do.
Yep.
They
I'm gonna
might be
turn it down.
forced to be wrestlers. Oh shit.
That sounds like the police.
No.
Yeah, let me
No,
turn that
Robo-
down.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
fucking.
please.
Let me turn
Yeah,
that down.
RoboCop making it hot.
Yeah. They talk about bullshit over there. Crazy.
So,
Oh, there's a guy peeing in the
what's
bush.
going on, dude?
It's like shit.
But
Do
to
you
me, it
guys do
makes
your
perfect sense
job?
for NBC to buy them out.
They got
I
like
think
what 80% of their content.
Yeah,
pretty much.
that's why it makes sense.
Yeah. Can I
And
talk
any
about?
money made a dollar, they'll pay less than what Tony Khan paid for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
No, nobody
What
wants to watch
the
sports
fuck was
entertainment
that?
garbage anyway.
What was
Fuck it.
what?
At least wrestling. At least ROH has wrestling content. Freaking WWE.
What kind of a streaming
Yes,
deal
it
was
was.
that?
I didn't hear what you said, Nate. Say that one more time.
Oh, I said at least Ring of Honor has wrestling content, not just sports entertainment garbage.
Shit, Ring of Honor.
So I want to
So
say something about
I
AJ
heard that they
Styles. I
had.
give him the edge. I give AJ Styles
Go
the
ahead,
edge
go
over
ahead.
Bret Hart because of basically, like I think Scott said it. He basically built DNA. Basically, he's like the
Yeah.
trademark guy. Like Bret, Bret was great and all, but he had other guys there, Hogan, Shawn Michaels, and so on and so forth to help build WWE. Undertaker.
Brett dragged WWE in the mid '90s.
My
Yeah.
question is, why do people give a fuck what Road Dogg thinks? He's a fucking idiot. That's my question.
No, I think here's the thing. He did have some stupid takes from before, but this is actually a legitimate argument. I would say
I want to know what Booker T would think.
I don't think he's wrong. Me personally, I don't think he was wrong. I think AJ is better than Bret.
No, it's not. I love AJ though.
I love both of them.
You look at AJ Styles, a two-way wrestler. He can do the ground wrestling and do the aerial wrestling. Bret was mostly a ground wrestler. Even Owen was better than Bret. Owen was a two-way wrestler. He was aerial and ground. So,
as a matter of fact,
even Bret said it.
Vince told Owen to tone it down because he was so aerial. Remember, this dude Owen had that lucha libre type style.
Yeah. So, I mean, even Bret said Owen
was better on the mic, though.
Nah,
yeah, of course, yeah.
No question. This is not a conversation. Love AJ though.
What, the greatest wrestler of all time?
You know who is making Scott? Is that you?
Nah, that ain't me, bro.
Well, Bret's the greatest wrestler of all time. No, the greatest wrestler of all time. Freaking killed himself and his family.
Bret's he's the greatest storyteller of all time. There'll never be a better wrestler than Bret Hart to me.
For a match, yeah, storytelling wise, yeah, but I think Benoit is the greatest of all time.
Because what Bret did that no other wrestler has done, no other wrestler has more classic matches that you can go back and watch that still hold up to this day. He never hurt anybody. And the other thing that Bret did that nobody else does, all his biggest matches, they all ended differently, you know? So many wrestlers, no matter how good they are, their matches end the same. They hit their finish or whatever, but you know, Bret was one of those wrestlers where, like, he didn't always use the sharpshooter. Sometimes it was a counter move. Sometimes it was a roll-up. Sometimes it was a crucifix spin. I've never seen a
come on now.
And their matches in different ways.
Okay, even if that was the case, right? Even if he didn't always end the matches with the sharpshooter, Bret always had that combo. You know the combo. The back breaker to the elbow drop.
Well, everybody has a combo, dude. Everyone does. Some just hide it better than others. That's all.
I mean, one match that I wish that I could see.
I think that AJ is definitely the best wrestler overall of the modern era. Like if you want to say AJ was like the Bret of the modern era or the Shawn of the modern era, that's fair. But to say he's better than Bret, like that's blasphemy to me. There wouldn't even be an AJ Styles without Bret. All these guys today, like all the Ring of Honor TNA dudes, like, you know, Punk, Danielson, Joe, AJ, Daniels, all of them, man. I love those fucking guys. All of them are fucking prototypes that only exist because of dudes like Bret and Shawn.
All right, I understand that. But there are times when the student can be better than the teacher.
Oh, I agree. I think Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson is better than Shawn Michaels, you know. But I don't think AJ is better than Bret.
She's not tripping. That's why I disagree. I think Shawn Michaels is a better.
I put Bryan over Shawn.
He's a better. I would say he's a better entertainer. I'll say he's a better entertainer than Daniel Bryan.
Well, see, I take the check off Shawn only because he never did business. So I'm sorry that takes points off for me. You know, Shawn, the heartbreak kid lays down for no, but the nigga never lost.
He did business against Austin because he had no choice because Undertaker was getting ready to kill him.
Exactly. So,
okay, whoop that.
That does count against him.
Oh shit! Hold on.
But the one match
that top dollar guy, that guy
Who this right here? Who this right here? Who this?
Yo, what's good?
Oh shit! What's good, B? My boy Kang.
What's good? The Grim Reaper is in the building.
As long as it's not that same dude that was with the Bumnataker. Remember that dude? What's his name again? The one with the hood over his head with the axe, the executioner.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
They made quick work of him. Yo, they made quick work of him in like what, 3 weeks?
Hey, you got to give props.
That's the only thing he famous for was hitting the Undertaker with a shovel. Man, Undertaker gave him that work in 2 weeks and sent him on his way.
Wasn't that Terry Bam Bam Gordy?
We didn't know who it was.
Was it?
But he was on bum levels though, man. Like we seen him up there with Quang and all them motherfuckers.
Quang.
Yo, Nate knows how I feel, man. To this day, man, I'm still fucking triggered over the Stalker. I was so hyped for that character. He just fucking showed up, tagging hands with the fans. Like I thought the dude was gonna be on some Predator shit. He was gonna like systematically take out everybody one by one.
One, right? Because around that time, Chuck Norris and all that was popping. So you think he was gonna, some Delta Force type shit?
Yeah, nope. He comes in with some camouflage paint from the WWF. I was like, shit.
That was Bray's
We had that Black Star?
That was Bray's uncle, right? The Stalker?
Yeah.
That was on Barry Windham.
Yeah.
The Widowmaker.
I remember, even when I was a kid, like, it's funny, like, when you become an adult, you become a smart, but even as a kid, like, you have smart moments. I still have Survivor Series 96 on VHS tape. It's one of the first wrestling shows I have, and I remember I remember Too Cold from WCW and ECW, without a doubt, like, the most underrated, underappreciated wrestler of all time. And he goes to WWE, and he's fucking Flash Funk. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what?
That broke my heart. I was like, I understood he trying to get the bag and all, but that broke my heart.
Yeah.
Because I was the biggest Too Cold. I had Too Cold Scorpio in my top 5 on everything.
Yeah.
So having him going, having him go over there, I was thinking,
breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
He was breaking up a
Too
little
Cold
bit.
was so ahead of his time.
He was.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Props to Top Dollar. It took 30 years to finally make Shockmaster's baboon fucking thing worse. Fucking this guy.
This dude killed himself.
That shit was brutal, man.
Dude, man, I'm fucking dying.
I'm just glad he's okay. Because that could have been real ugly.
He was getting out the door.
It would have been Big E.
I said A for effort, F for fucking idiot.
We going back, y'all. We going back. Oh, man.
You know what? It goes to show you this, though, gal. It's just saying that a lot of these big guys can't keep doing these suicide dives and stuff.
No.
You know what's the thing, though? From before, Top Dollar was successfully doing some high-flying type moves. Remember, he did what was that? Old School. Remember, he did Old School from before with no problem, and he did it perfectly. It's just that this time it just looks ugly.
He's eating that top buffet now or something. I don't know. He couldn't.
Cold feet in front of that live audience.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, they ain't hit row, man. They death row. DOA.
They got to do something fast. Like it's like, what do they do? Are they gonna beef with Legado Fantasma, whatever the Spanish magician? They're like Spanish wizards.
That's what I was saying before, man. Like, no booker is perfect. Every booker makes mistakes. It's not that hard to figure out. Everybody knows now. I was saying it for months, and people didn't want to hear it. They were like, "Oh, you a hater." They were fucking carried by Swerve. I don't give a fuck if Swerve was not part of the original.
Oh, we all agree on that.
Right. But a lot of people on Twitter don't want to admit that.
No, you're right,
Swerve
dude.
fucking carried them. Without Swerve, they
no, who disagree with that?
Huh?
That was Swerve's pet project.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and what I was saying was it was Stephanie. It was Stephanie's idea to put Swerve with them, and Triple H was like, "Oh, okay," because he had nothing for Swerve for whatever reason. But people don't want to talk about that because they don't want to admit Triple H makes mistakes, which he does.
Yeah.
So let me ask the Grim Reaper something. We was talking about AJ versus Bret, like who's a better wrestler? Because Rodo said AJ is a better wrestler. What you think?
Man, the road dog need to start smoking what he's smoking. Number one,
Exactly.
he getting out of. But that's an interesting comparison. That's an interesting comparison though, because AJ Styles is nice. He can work any
He's phenomenal. It's like phenomenal versus excellent.
Yeah, it's kind of like comparing apples and oranges in a way because Bret isn't really a high flying guy.
But you got to
Yeah,
get
but they can both be technical. They both could be technical.
Yeah.
See, I think technically wise, I think Bret's better, but overall, I think.
But
AJ
I think I would have to, like your man said, I have to probably give that to Bret. Bret, he gave the 1, 2, 3 kid his first 5-star match.
Oh yeah, that was great.
He gave
The only hot take I got is I think Shawn Michaels is overrated. I respect him.
He gave Nash his first 5-star match.
Remember that Hakushi match? Hakushi and Bret on Raw. That was great too.
Yeah, that was a good one too. That was good.
When Hakushi did that flip and then over the top rope, I was like, "Holy shit, damn!"
I'll give.
Yeah,
I'll give.
This is what I'm talking about. We got 2 more likes. We got 2 more likes, so we always hit our goal to 10 likes, and we only like 25 minutes in. That's the fuck I'm talking about. Keep them likes coming, B. Fucking thumb wrestle with that thumb. Appreciate the love.
Well, I gave you my thumbs up.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, my guy.
Of course we got to mention this one. We got to mention how Bret carried a doped out Davey Boy Smith to a classic, and he was drugged out of his mind.
Yo, he was on crack.
Yeah, he was on crack that night.
We fucked. Wait. Let me do my voice. Let me get it right. Bret, we're fucked. We're fucked, Bret. We're fucked. I can't do it. I can do it really good.
Like crack before he's mad.
He's filling his ass. He's filling his ass.
This dude literally was about to get his crowning moment and smoke crack before it.
Man, he was on crack and painkillers.
Like, I know when I first heard that, I'm like, huh?
I gotta go back and watch
Who expected that?
You wouldn't notice it though, cause see, Bret was that crafty. You wouldn't notice it watching the match.
That's why
Now,
Bret can carry a broomstick to a good match.
Could Bret pull that off with Jeff Hardy at that fucking TNA pay-per-view?
Oh yeah.
He probably
was wasted.
He probably would have slapped Jeff Hardy for that.
Oh, he would have slapped his shit out of
He
him.
would have tagged them for real.
Hey, come to think of it, I don't think I ever seen Bret in a real bad match. I don't think I ever seen Bret in a botch filled match.
Right.
Ever.
It doesn't exist. That's why I said he's the GOAT. He never hurt anybody. He never had a bad match, and all his matches ended differently.
Like AJ was never in a botch field match either.
When he wrestled Papa Shango.
There was some botch matches that AJ was in. There definitely was.
Which one?
He almost killed the dude up there. He almost killed this dude up the Styles Clash, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah.
And I know that wasn't AJ's fault, but it was Tyson Kid?
James
Yeah.
Ellsworth.
No, it wasn't him. Somebody in TNA. Like the dude, he tucked his chin in when he was getting caught with the Styles Clash, and that shit fucked him up.
Yeah, that was Tyson Kidd.
It was?
Yeah.
Do you think the America Alpha could have been a great star in WWE?
Who?
What's that dude from TNA? Montez something? He was known for the pounce.
You talking about Marcus Corban?
Oh yeah.
The dude that did the pounce. The black dude.
Yeah, he was in WWE. He was in ECW.
Yeah.
Marcus
No, you're
Corban.
talking about Monty Brown. That was his name.
Monty Brown. Yeah, Monty Brown.
He wasn't the same. I'm talking about TNA version.
Yeah, he was good. He had everything. It was just wrong time, unfortunately, because when he showed up, there was too many other top guys. But he definitely had the potential.
Like Hogan would say, he wasn't the right gay guy.
Well, you know what I'm saying? His sister had passed, so he wanted to take care of her kids. That's why he stepped away from wrestling. And he's still in good shape.
And never looked back.
Shit, speaking of somebody that's still in good shape, that I heard that wanted to come back, Mark Merrow. I heard wanted to come back. Did you say that shit?
Yeah, I saw
Grimly?
that.
You know what we
Talk about
gotta
it.
you gotta run it, man. You gotta run that pay with Brock.
Ah,
WrestleMania 39. Let's get it.
I'm gonna keep it
Oh,
real.
God.
I think Mark can knock Brock Lesnar out in a real fight.
ex-wife on a pole match. Yeah,
Literally on the pole.
yeah, literally on a pole.
Shoot, the wild Johnny B. Bad. He trying to come back with
I
one
think
more run, huh?
I think one weakness that AJ has recently in recent years. I don't know what it is. It could be him being older. I don't know. He has one reason why I can't objectively put AJ over Brett. He's had too many quote unquote dream matches that were just kind of boring in WWE. His shit with Nakamura sucked. His shit with Orton wasn't good. The shit with Edge was whatever. I hate to say it, but he has a kind of boring Mania track record, honestly, and I don't know why. It's weird.
It's WWE dream match. They put you to
Well,
sleep.
we can't go there because the Iron match that he had with Shawn Michaels alone tops any fucking boring AJ Styles match he ever had. That Iron Man match was brutal.
Now,
That shit was so overrated between him and Shawn Michaels.
you
That
think
shit
so?
didn't get to the last 2 minutes.
You think
That
so?
shit was boring as fuck. It was very boring. Yes.
It was a methodical match, honestly.
They need to
The truth is,
fucking methodically throw it in the trash.
when you do those kind of matches, this is my opinion, right? So the thing is, like New Japan, every IWGP title match has a 60-minute time limit. And AEW, every AEW title match has a 60-minute time limit. In the older days, like NWA, WCW, all world title matches would have a 60-minute time limit. But the thing is, when you go into the match, you don't know if it's going to go the full 60 minutes. When you have an Iron Man like Bret and Shawn, you know going in it's going to be 60 minutes. And so, in my opinion, knowing that going in takes away from the match because you know they're not going to get to the good shit until like the last 5 minutes, like Sandman just said. Whereas if you're going into the match and it's just announced as a title match and it just happens to go 60 minutes, then you're like, oh, wow, this is really fucking good. That's why like Sting and Flair back in their heyday had like entertaining matches, or Steamboat and Flair, Sting and Flair, even Kenny and Okada, their second match went 60 minutes or whatever. I thought Rock and Triple H had a better 60-minute match than Bret and Shawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here's
Because
the
it
thing.
wasn't as
They
much
also have
wrestle.
rivals. They also have rivals. There really wasn't a rival. It was just a 60-minute WrestleMania match.
No, they had a real good build. They had a really good build up towards that WrestleMania match. It's just
Yeah,
that the match had way too much wrestle.
well, you gotta pace yourself at 60 minutes. You know?
I mean, not
Man,
everybody
fuck
can
that.
wrestle.
They were doing all that technical stuff. I was like, come on, man. We ain't trying to see all that right now.
And again, that was saying if that was the case, that don't make it a fucking hour-long match.
Yeah, they should have did like 2 out of
Sit there and
3
watch
falls.
y'all hug each other all night. Like, oh, Shawn Michaels, I love you. Let me rub up against you.
When the crowd like they were going to sleep though.
Yeah. And they was like, I forgot who was on commentating. They trying their best to sell this match. Like, oh, this is a technical savvy as Bret the Hitman Hart. He is technically
That was
savvy.
Vince.
And
That was Vincent King.
yeah, trying their best to sell that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was only one spot.
We seen that.
That was my bad.
How about if they did like a 2 out of 3 falls match? You know, a regular match, then a submission match, and then the final fall of the ladder match. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
3
Like,
stages of hell.
You understand you're gonna have your rest holds because I know Bret Hart is known for his rest holds. You got your headlocks, you got your leg locks. I understand that shit, but damn,
Right.
a
Personally,
whole
I think
40 minutes of that shit?
yeah. Most
No,
wrestling fans just don't have the attention span to watch a full
yeah,
60-minute
yeah.
match. If you're gonna do
Yeah.
Iron Man, you need to do 30-minute Iron Man. That's better. Also, 30-minute Iron Man is better for TV because you just get one break and that's it. Or
Yeah.
you do what you do the 2
I
out of
think
3.
Rock and Triple H showed him how to do it though. I like that one a lot.
Right.
Nah,
Yeah,
honestly, the
That
it
only
Rock
was
dip,
a
Triple H
mixture of
worked.
everything.
Rock,
It was
the
a
Rock
only
mixture
Triple
of
dip
H
I
everything.
ain't
Yeah,
worked.
really know.
wrestles.
That
Yeah, wrestles. You had strikes. You had slams. You
that
know,
it
they
worked
was
because they had
playing to
better
the
chemistry.
crowd.
Rock and Triple H just had better chemistry. There was a story, and then you had like all different run-ins from like what was it, the McMahon Helmsley regime, as it was called at the time. And then you had Taker
Yeah,
showing up at the end, and then Michaels was the ref. There was just more shit there to just make it work.
Owen
Whereas
was
like Brett and
supposed to be
John,
in that match. Owen was supposed to
Owen,
interfere with
Owen.
Brett. Yeah.
Owen was supposed to be. He's supposed to get a run with the WWE title until he died.
No, I
Yeah,
doubt that. Like,
that was the
this
pro-
dude Vince was not trying to see him as the heavyweight champ. Like Vince said himself. He said he didn't see Owen as heavyweight champion material.
Well, that was the promise that they was
Yeah.
going to give him when he was about to walk. They was afraid, so they gave him that new contract, and he was going to get a title run, and he was supposed to have Triple H's moniker, the Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Plus,
Hey, you gonna believe Vince? How
plus,
much
No,
promises Vince made?
oh
plus,
my
if Owen
God,
Hart was WWF champion, his nose would have got half hour early to the press conference.
Owen was fucked. Unfortunately, he was fucked because there was no way he was going to be a top
There's
dude
no way in
because
the world he was gonna let that happen.
after the screw job,
Right.
Austin was he was
No.
the next
Oh,
made
shit.
guy, and Austin said to Brett he would never want to do business with Owen again. So
And then he almost killed Austin too, paralyzed him. That didn't
Yeah,
help.
but you know what? I don't
and then
blame all that on.
he wasn't even remorseful about it.
I don't blame all that on Owen. I mean, because honestly, I think Austin botched it himself too. I'm gonna keep it
yeah, he
real.
did.
He did.
Uh,
He did not elevate himself up high enough. Because if you watch everybody that does the tombstone, I get it. It's the Undertaker, but they definitely make
Right.
sure they do not be below his knees.
yeah, but still,
It
Owen
was
never really
it was a
apologized.
weird. I listened
Why
to
did you
Jim
in a
Ross
spot
talk
like
about
that in
it.
the first place?
It's
That's why I was
really the
like,
only fuck up that Owen has is in his whole career. Jim Ross told the story. Austin and Owen had they had a good friendship, and they were working the match at SummerSlam, and all that happened was they were just talking. Okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and Owen was like, okay, I'm gonna give you the tombstone, and Austin's like, you're gonna do it on your knees, right? And Owen was like, no, I'm gonna do it on my ass, like he's gonna fall on his bottom, and then Steve was like, you're supposed to do it on your knees. And Owen was like, yeah, I know. So Owen was a prankster. So when Owen told Austin he was going to do it on his ass, Austin just thought that he was just ribbing him because that's what Owen would do. Then the match happened, and Owen fell on his ass, and it happened. And so then after that, like it was like, well, shit. And so then Brett, because Brett and Taker were in the main event that night, if you remember. And Brett, he saw what was going on, and Brett was like, Owen, like, what the hell was that? And Owen was just like, yeah, he just didn't say anything. And then, so the kind of guy that Owen was, he wasn't a bar guy. Like, when they went on the road, like he would just go like back home to Canada, with his family and whatever. So when Austin was in the hospital, like, according to Jim, like for whatever reason, Owen just he never called or checked in. But Brett
Never visited
had
him.
always said that he knew that Owen was ashamed. He just, it's like you fuck up and you fucked up, but it's like the worst just can't come, So I think that's just kind of what happened. So, but Austin, he was very resentful at the time. And once he came back, he told Vince, like, listen, I'm never working with Owen again. So back to what you guys were saying, there's no way Owen could have been a WWF champion at that point because Austin was like the guy, So like you can't be a main eventer and like work Triple H and Taker and Kane and not work Austin. So the only way Owen could have been champ would have been like maybe 94, 95. I know business wasn't that good, but It was like the only years he could have been champ. Probably like 94.
And that's when he should have been champ. When he won the King of the Ring and all that.
Yeah.
He ain't no hotter than that.
Like, plus the only way that Owen could have been champion is if he turned face. Knowing that he can't work with Austin.
You could have did the like the shit with didn't Bret drop it to Backlund? Bob Backlund? Yeah, he did in the Survivor Series. You could have had Owen beat Bret, and then Owen could have had a brief run, but he was going to drop it to Diesel, because
you can thank Shawn Michaels for the politics.
It's wrapped the rocket ship on Diesel.
Diesel, the worst champion ever.
Well, what you saying, Grimmy?
Yeah, I was saying that Owen wasn't going to be able to win because the Click had too much pull.
Yeah,
the Click.
and his schedule. He was a family guy. He was a family man, so he didn't want to be on the road. Honestly, I think they would have gave the title to Owen, but it would have been like a quick transition because he was wrestling to retire. He wasn't going to be a lifer.
Yeah, he was set up to retire.
He ain't no Mark.
He was going to be a gym teacher.
But yeah, we get it. Road Dogg smoking that dust. But we do got to give credit to AJ Styles. But back, what y'all thought about Raw this Monday? It got some good reviews.
I didn't watch. I wasn't.
There was a show.
I like the Bloodline takeover. I like the Bloodline takeover that they did. That was pretty cool. I also liked, believe it or not, I like that ladder match with The Miz. They actually worked that real well. The Miz and Loomis. That was pretty dope.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Actually made sense.
I know R liked it. Your favorite guy, Bronson Reed, is there.
And speaking of
saying
that,
it sarcastically.
I'm gonna cook on that. Sandman, we're already on the same page. I already sent Nathan message.
He hates Bronson.
My issue is I think it's cool that Triple H is bringing back these people that were unjustly fired, but I think it's fucking stupid that you're just bringing back these people cold. No vignettes, no teases, no promos. And the reality is most of these people that were unjustly fired, the majority of them were NXT folks, and most casual fans don't watch NXT. So when Tegan Knox and Mia Yim and Bronson Reed and Dexter Loomis, when all these dudes just show up, most casual fans were like, who the fuck are these people? And it's like, what happened to the days of like Val Venus and Edge, and even like when like back then they would do like the little promo packages building them up. And I remember even a couple of years ago when the Wyatt family first showed up, they were doing the teases and stuff. I mean, Bray fucking sucks, but when he came back at Extreme Rules, he was doing the internet marketing for weeks, and people were talking about it and buzzing and shit. So it's just like, again, like Bronson Reed's cool. Nothing against Bronson Reed, but I just feel like these cold debuts are not going to get anybody fucking over. Karrion Kross is no more over now than he was when he came back. Tegan Knox isn't over. Mia Yim isn't over. And it's just like, I'm not trying to nitpick or anything, but it's like, why are you bringing back these folks cold? And Emma, right? Like, Emma's cool, right? But Emma, she was in WWE like years ago. So there are fans that watch now that probably even watching there. They have no clue who the fuck she is. And she just shows up. She just shows back up like nothing. Like, I get it. It's 2022. You can Google, you can YouTube, but like, do something, Trips.
Do something. My favorite vignettes is
books for 10-year-olds.
I definitely agree with what you were saying, but when it gets to Bronson Reed, like I would say, like maybe he could get a pass because given the fact that he's most likely going to be Mrs. Heavy, his bodyguard, his muscle, whatever. So him showing up like how he showed up, I guess it don't really matter when it comes to him. But like when it comes to everybody else, yes, give him a vignette, give him a build up. And all the vignettes have to be the same. You can do all different types of seasons to indicate an upcoming wrestler.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I just became a cat dad.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
That's cool.
You ever, speaking of which, you ever had a cat just come up to you and give you a hug? It's the most wonderful thing in the world.
Yeah, when they're looking for food, those fucking moochers.
I gotta take my damn cat to the vet tomorrow.
Get away from that.
The mother's expensive.
Hell yeah.
So I guess we're getting Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt crap again.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
I'm thinking it's going to be
Hey,
different.
shout out to Mandy Rose,
never
man.
finished.
500,000. Big money.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like, but Nate, damn Nate, like you just switch up the topic. You say you're doing that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Nobody cares about Alexa or Bray. They both suck.
No, exactly.
Change the topic.
Exactly. Who cares about piss?
Well, what am I do that? What am I do Malik at?
Yeah.
He loves his Alexa piss.
He's watching Alexa Bliss highlights for probably like 5 seconds. That's it.
What the fuck? That's what she looks?
I mean, that's how I feel when I see Alexa Bliss on TV. It puts me into convulsions. I'm sorry. She is the worst wrestler ever. No talent.
She's not even a wrestler.
Eva Marie was pretty bad too. Come on.
Yo, I swear, Alexa Bliss is the only female wrestler I know who got over and can't do a wrestling hold. She is what they're trying to make Liv Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Liv Morgan is way better than her. Liv Morgan is better than Alexa Bliss.
I guess.
I don't know.
She is. But shout out to Mandy Rose, B, getting that bag. 500 racks. Well, we all knew that she was going to be good.
Yeah,
From who?
She ain't giving up that for
Who gave her the 500 racks?
She ain't giving that up. No way.
People paying for their site.
Yeah, I'm not even into. I'm not even a Mandy Rose fan, but I don't got to be to recognize a hustler. If you can make more doing that than you can get in the ring, damaging your body.
You get hurt, dude. Don't have to travel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've seen her photos. They're okay. They're not how everybody's hyping them up to be.
I heard she wants to buy Shane McMahon's theme song. Here comes the money.
Now, if Nikita Lyons goes nude, I want to see that.
Give her some time.
Yeah, but she's smart. It's really, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. You know, fuck all the stories, fuck all the reporters. Say, oh, WWE's a PG company. Oh, Mattel toy deal. Fuck all that. No, it's all about the money. WWE's just mad. Yeah, they're just mad because she's making the bag and it's her own personal site. It's not OnlyFans. It's her own shit. And so WWE, if they can't make the rap,
so you think it's basically WWE? It was mad that they was again.
But some of those businesses have a lot to say.
That was why Vince tried to get rid of the Twitch thing. Remember when Vince
was because he was getting the cut.
Right. Yep. That's what it comes down to. If they ain't getting the cut, you got to go. That's how WWE is. That's why they got rid of her. Because of that.
500 G's and the company ain't getting none of that. Nah.
Right. That's why I respect her, because like she's getting her own bag and she's getting money outside WWE. They don't like that. Anytime anyone tries to get over by themselves, whereas literally, are you making money and they're not getting cut of it, you got to go. Go. That's how they
watching like 6 to 8 months. Mandy Rose Benoit's herself in her fucking closet. Like, yeah, okay. She got whacked.
Yeah. Shit. That was when I knew that like that. I mean, it's a mute point now, but that was when I knew that Adam Cole and Paige were gone, because Cole had said, regardless of what he did, he's not going to get rid of his Twitch. And I'm just like, well, he's gone then. And then I think they wanted Paige to shut down her shit too. And she was like, because she couldn't wrestle at the time. So her Twitch stream was like all she had. So when she said she wasn't going to get rid of her shit, I was like, she's gone too. So you just know, like, people got to pay attention to like the other stuff. So
they was doing that bullshit during the vid season of the Thunderdome era. Like, these dudes was fucking retarded. Like, come on. Like, they not even bothering nobody. They're not even traveling or nothing. Let them play these fucking video games in peace.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that WWE wants to stop somebody from making money tells you what kind of scumbag company it is.
Vinnie Mac like, hell no.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind if they get a cut or something, especially if they're using like their wrestling name or something on the show or whatever. But yeah, other
And
than
it's
that,
like, going back to what I was saying. It's like, damn, how much more money do you motherfuckers need?
well, you got to remember
Like, you
they
got
don't get.
billions of
They got to pay for their
billions
own
of more
travel. They got to pay
billions.
for their own hotels. They got to pay for a lot of shit. They're not like Brock Lesnar, Cena, and Undertaker. They get like first class. Shit adds up. A lot of money.
Well, that's on them. That's on them for paying motherfuckers like Aaliyah 200 grand. Like
How did she
the
get
fuck
200
you
grand?
paying them 200 grand?
100 grand.
She's not even
That's what
working.
you supposed to say. Hey, where the fuck is my money going? That's where it's going, you fucking mongoloids. Motherfuckers is retarded. They just throwing away money. I thought Tony Khan was bad.
Tony Khan's worse.
Yeah, but he's got plenty of
They
money.
both, this is bad.
The Khan family's printing money. They got a soccer team, a football team. Come on.
That shit don't mean nothing. Like if you not bringing no money in, if you spending more money than you making, any fucking company can go belly up.
Yeah, but once a video game comes out, they'll be out of the red into the black. That's
You talking about the video game? A video game is not gonna recoup billions of dollars.
Yeah, well, they already said
It's
that.
not. It's not Grand Theft Auto. Like now, Grand Theft Auto. Now that shit made like over $1 billion, and you know why? Because it kept updating and kept making the map bigger, and this shit been around for like what, like 8 years?
Yeah, well, if the AEW game has the low blow block where you just puff out your chest, that's $1 billion right there. Because that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm about to mute this motherfucker mic. The hell is he talking about? But I did hear that they all trying to make it like that. Like when it comes to the gameplay mechanics, instead of you getting an AEW game every single year, they'll just update the roster year by year.
Yeah, that's all.
Mhm.
And that makes so much sense.
Just charge them like $19 for an update or $9.99 or something. That's all.
Season
Yeah,
pass.
the
Season
patch ups,
Yeah.
pass,
season passes, patch ups, yeah.
Especially when they got to pay for the pay-per-views for like $60, $50.
Because fucking 2K, they be robbing motherfuckers. They'll sit there and sell you the same fucking game.
Same game.
Only thing they'll do is have new people on the roster. They just now sort of switching up certain things here and there in 22. It's just the same fucking game. Only thing they do is add new people to the roster.
They're pulling a Madden.
Just like Madden, NBA 2K. It's the same. It's the same
The
fucking
roster
game.
changed so much. I think you have to get a new game.
Yeah. Dude, did you guys hear the biggest pile of bullshit today from wrestling?
What?
From Enzo Amore, he said he could out-talk MJF on the mic. I'm like, oh my God, go home. Go home.
Yo, don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Enzo's good on the mic.
He's good on the mic.
Don't sleep.
He's no MJF.
Enzo can talk.
But anyway.
Hey, remember this dude was at Madison Square Garden. He had the whole crowd going crazy when he cut a promo at Madison Square Garden and in the Barclays. MJF never did that.
Yeah, but that's New York and New Jersey. They're all fucking crackheads anyway.
Fuck you! I'm talking about my damn hometown. Like the fuck? What about you from?
I'm
I don't
kidding.
know. I saw
You're
a track that was running through the.
this shit.
They can't hold a candle to Chicago.
I saw a crackhead running from a Best Buy employee with an air fryer in his hand.
Fuck that. Only we can say that. He can't say that.
Oh shit! Shit, Andrew Dice Clay sold out Madison Square Garden in 3 nights in a row. I don't think Enzo can do that. Shit.
I mean, you can't do that either. He can't sell no stadium by
No,
himself.
MJ. I mean, MJ. Like, yeah, I like what MJF said today too. A lot of people are shit on MJF because he only wrestles a few times a year or whatever. Dude wants to save his body for another 10, 15 years. He's smart, you know. Shit.
And I'm glad that that's what they do. Cause I'm tired of motherfuckers complaining about that. You know what I'm saying? Saying like, oh, like the champion is supposed to be around every single week.
Yeah.
No, he's
Make
not.
him a special
Oh,
attraction.
exactly. I remember they were saying that about Brock. Like, oh, Brock is never around. I'm like, duh, that's the point. Like
That's the
Brock
point,
is
you know?
he's the final boss.
Exactly.
So what? You're not when you're a Street Fighter. You're not playing Bison on every single stage.
And honestly, do you want to go to Canada? Do you really want to look for Canada and to look for Brock Lesnar while he's hunting? Hell no. Brock, just come back whenever you feel like it.
The thing about MJF is that even if he doesn't wrestle, he still adds value to the show.
Exactly.
That's why I don't mind.
You cut a promo.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you be in the cut, sitting down, chilling, you know.
Right. That's the difference between MJF and Bray. MJF actually adds something to the show. Bray doesn't. And more fans are starting to figure that shit out as the weeks go on. So,
Yeah.
Brock versus
Enough with this Uncle Howdy shit. It's getting to the point now where Uncle Howdy's starting to get more over than Bray.
Well, you got to believe, you know.
What the fuck are we doing?
There's 2 people.
This shit is silly. I'm not feeling that shit at all.
I told you, man. Like, yeah, Vince is out of touch, but just because he's out of touch doesn't mean he was wrong about Bray. He sucks. He's not good.
This dude didn't jump in the ring yet. I'm like, hey, does he know how to wrestle? You don't know how to wrestle no more?
I don't know.
Smoking
He should use his creative talent to like make movies or something like horror or something. He'd be perfect.
Right, that's what I was saying. He doesn't have it.
Right.
He's not a wrestler.
Yeah.
People do
He's
not
not. He's really
see
not.
a Bray Wyatt match. They just don't.
We'll see
I will
You
get
said it, so you did.
how good he is.
Damn. Y'all going in on my boy Bray Wyatt. Come on now.
I mean, I like the shit of him and Daniel Bryan. Yeah.
He's making
Dude, like, that's why I'm disappointed. I'm like, come on, like, what the fuck? This dude hasn't stepped in the ring yet. So you mean to tell me we really gotta wait till January for this lights out, blindfold, whatever, darkness match?
He's making it harder on himself.
And it's ridiculous.
It goes.
Hold on, check it.
All right.
Like, it's so funny that we ain't seen this dude wrestle or fight yet. So the first match is gonna be a darkness match. Why? So we can't see his fucking belly? Like, what the fuck?
He's making it harder on himself because the longer it goes for his first match, the more expectation is going to be. If he had just wrestled LA Knight at Survivor Series, even if the match was like so-so or bad, you could have chalked it up to ring rust. Well, okay, he'll get better. He'll be better by Mania. But like, if you're not going to have your first match until Rumble, it's going to be like, well, damn, dude, it's too late. Also, the Ring of Darkness or whatever the fuck you said, that sounds to me like another cinematic match. And, cinematic shit, that was fine during COVID. But now that fans are back, fans don't want to see a cinematic match. They want to see you in person. So that's
because imagine it'll be cool with us watching at home. But imagine you there watching that shit on the fucking big ass screen. You don't want to watch that shit there.
What the hell? Ring of Darkness
in San Antonio.
Fucking ring spoof. What is it?
Yeah, whatever it is, going to be.
Yeah, we don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be like a darkness match or I don't know, a lights out match.
What I heard is supposed to be like a hybrid. It's supposed to be like a hybrid of like the remember the old Boiler Room Brawl? Remember that? It's gonna have like elements of it's gonna have like elements of that. Half of it's gonna be like pre-tape, the other half is gonna be live or something like that.
Okay.
So hold on, Gino
I like
Morgan
the shit with
said.
Brian Danielson. Him and Bray and Brian Danielson was great, but then Cena, goodbye. That was it.
Hold on, Gino Morgan said Vince was right. Vince was right to release Bray, Hit Row, and Strowman. See, I'm not gonna lie, like Hit Row, that he should have just brought Hit Row back in full force with this dude Strickland. If he wasn't able to get this dude, they just leave Hit Row alone until this dude could free up his contract, whatever the case may be. Strowman, WWE needs Strowman. Like they need those larger than life characters. I always that from before. Bray Wyatt, I'm disappointed. I am. It's like where they going with this storyline? It's like we run this dude back just to promote Uncle Howdy.
Triple H said it himself. If you go back and look at that Ariel Helwani interview, he said Bray can be his own worst enemy. It's all there. He was never good. Bray was never good by himself. It's always
sucks.
the mirrors.
It just sucks that when the Fiend was popping, it was popping. When he first came out of SummerSlam, everybody was like, yeah, I could get behind this. I like this. And what did they do? When people liked it, they abused it. They had this dude show up every single fucking week. And I'm like, why are they doing this? Why does WWE always do this when they have something good? They fucking ram it up your fucking asshole.
And then they
just keep on force feeding you that shit. And they wonder why a motherfucker don't get over anymore. He's not special no more. He's always there.
And then he lost to Seth Rollins in the Ronald McDonald Playhouse in a cell match. Man, come on. Jesus Christ.
Shit is fucking whack, man.
Like
the cherry on top of the cherry on top of the shit Sunday, you had this dude lose in Saudi Arabia against Goldblum.
Oh, that too.
Don't forget what Rollins said. I'm not even a Rollins guy. Rollins also, man, a lot of shit happened with those Ariel Helwani interviews. Seth said himself, okay, and it's not like some podcaster or fan or some retired person. This is Seth Rollins, one of the top guys in WWE. Seth's admitted that, when he feuded with Bray, it completely killed his career as a face, and he had no choice but to go heel. And he said every single person that feuded with Bray did not benefit from it. And he's right. Everybody came out of it worse. And yeah, you can put half of that in the booking, but at some point, that's because Bray's creative ideas weren't good because he sucks at wrestling.
He should have went to Syracuse like that. Shit. Oh, was that the ice cream man coming?
8:00 at night.
Oh, West Coast. What's on at 8:00?
Yes, 8:00.
8:00. Hey, are you near that earthquake today down in California?
No.
Oh, thank God.
That was in Northern California. I'm in Southern California.
Oh, that was in Northern California. Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, it was NorCal.
Wow. Yeah. 6.4? Yeah. That's crazy.
They don't have quakes down here like that.
Nah.
Tremors every now and then, but nothing bad.
A fat guy will fall out of bed or something. That's about it around here. That's about it.
Yeah, man. That's what I called him, Gino. Goldbum.
Goldbum.
Fuck that dude.
Botchberg. I call him Botchberg.
Botchberg. And that's the thing. Actually, my dude. Yo, telling you from before, when WCW was popping, and like me and my friends used to come together, we have our 40s in our blunts, whatever. Yo, we used to be hyped for Goldberg. Goldberg come through, and then he'll inhale all that fucking pyro and breathe out the smoke, and then he punch the air and do spin kicks and spit on people and all. Yo, that shit was, we was hyped because we knew that, he about to wash niggas up real quick.
He had that theme music too, get you pumped up.
Yeah, when motherfucker come through, they knock on the locker room door. He just come busting out the locker room door. Sometimes you headbutt it, whatever. Then he just be looking amped. You know what I'm saying? With the security walking around him. Like, he was a fucking spectacle.
The thing I always remember when he beat Hogan, when he had him in the jackhammer, that roll of toilet paper flying towards the ring. I always fucking pictured that in my head. Oh, man.
You got black cat? Oh, let me see this cat real quick. Let me see what cat you got. This is a black cat.
Black cat. Meow. Hey, kitty.
I still don't know the name of this cat.
Call him La Negro.
I know. Like,
Little kitty. I love animals. Always been a big animal lover.
I'm a dog person.
oh, I love dogs. I just never have time to take care of them.
Yeah.
Hit the thumbs up. If you're an animal lover out there, hit that thumbs up, y'all. We
Cats
we
are very
already
independent.
passed our peak. We passed 10 thumbs. We already passed 10 likes. Yo, you guys are awesome, B. Let's just keep up that momentum all the way into the new year. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got shit in the works for this upcoming year, B.
We got to get to a
So
place where we're all of us together. We got to get a big show together.
I'm telling you, man, like Royal Rumble, B.
No, I don't want to fall asleep. I want to enjoy the show. Jesus.
Hey, Carlton, you better hit the like button too, you motherfucker. That's right. Salute to the geeks. that's one of my trolls right there. He know he feeling the way.
Carlton Banks.
Don't fight it, my brother. Don't fight it, Carlton Stanton.
You just start dancing.
Make sure you hit that like button, you bum.
Nah,
I like
y'all
when
seen that
when
video
Will
that
Carlton
Carlton
had that
did?
dance thing, that male strip thingamajig, and fucking Will throws his ass into the crowd, that dummy flying in the air.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
Jump on
Nah.
it, jump on it.
Yeah. Y'all seen that video of Carlton talking about on it? I fucked a lot of white bitches in my lifetime. Like, whoa, Carlton.
Oh yeah. Shit.
That's what I'm talking about, my dude. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard.
Yeah, but he a married
Spread the
man saying that on
word.
TV.
Let them know, B.
Exactly.
Let them know the geeks is in town.
Dude could dance. He goes back to like the Michael Jackson days in the 80s and shit.
Honestly, I think Carlton was the biggest star on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Honestly, to be honest,
Yeah, we always had that debate.
I kind of think Will Smith was very overrated.
I never really was a Will Smith fan in any of the movies. Probably just Independence Day. I really liked him in.
My
Oh,
issue
God,
with Will
I
Smith,
hate that
my
movie.
issue with Will Smith, and this is
No, I love
before
that
he
movie.
Jada Pinkett shit. In the '90s and most of his blockbusters, he was playing the same dude. It was the same
Oh,
dude.
Pursuit of
the same
Happiness
role.
too.
He
I'll give him
always
that.
been the
That was a
same
good
dude.
movie, too.
You
Pursuit of
think?
Happiness.
Nah, I don't think so. Nah, he switched it up. Will Smith
No, he
switched
did
it up
not.
a lot
No,
of
he did
times.
not.
Nah,
No, he did
Will
not.
Smith
No.
was the same on Men in Black.
So you would say?
Independence Day.
So you was exactly. You would say he was the same like Mike Lowry or the father from Pursuit of Happiness. That wasn't the same person.
No, I said
No.
the
In
'90s.
the
I said the
beginning,
'90s. If you look at most of his shit in the '90s and in the early 2000s, he was mostly playing the same guy. Whether it was Men in Black,
Did Pursuit of Happiness
Wild
come on in
Wild
the late
West,
'90s?
whether it was Independence Day, it's like, what do you do if you took some random California black dude and you put him in this weird sci-fi situation? Like, there wasn't really any difference. Kind of like The Rock, because The Rock plays the same dude too.
Oh God!
Batista and John Cena, they got way more range than The Rock does, and they've done less work than The Rock. That's just
Where
me
is
being real.
Snuggles? Where is Snuggles?
But the Rock's getting more money. That's what counts.
Yeah, Snugget.
oh, there's a pit bull.
It's been a while. I heard. He's talking about Snugget. It's somebody else named Snugget. Snugger, this man was Earl from Snugger. I don't know where he at, Carlton. I don't know.
He ain't getting those checks anymore from Vince. He ain't getting those checks.
He's getting his OnlyFans account ready for Charlotte's return. You know, he's a really big pancake guy. You know.
No. He's talking about somebody, not Snug. He's talking about somebody else.
Oh, what else?
He's talking about Snug. Yeah, he's talking about somebody else.
Oh, my bad.
Shit. Yo, look, he said him too. I don't know. I don't know what Snug's that, but he might pull up eventually. He's probably at work. I don't know.
He's on this week's episode.
He leave Snug alone, but Snug, he a good dude. But Snug is he cool. Snug is he's like one of my favorite trolls.
Oh my god.
Because he knows how to get under people's skin legitimately. That motherfucker, like remember what Toph said? I'm not taking this shit today with you now. We're not doing this shit today, Slug. You're not doing this shit today. He was legitimately tight. Like,
we ain't going here.
Yo, Toph was tight. He said, how can you like Charlotte Flair? He's like, because, you know.
I ain't taking nobody seriously talking about, yo, man, they should put the belt on fucking Madcap Moss. Fuck out of here.
Oh, man. Dude really
what the hell kind of name is it?
Dude thought Madcap Moss was going to be the next superstar. Come on.
What kind of name is that? It sounds like a fucking gardener.
He may very well be, but he ain't going to be the star as Madcap Moss.
Madcap.
Yeah, he got to repackage. See, Riddick Moss, like that was all right. Riddick Moss, he was cool with that.
Yeah, Rick. Yeah, that's one of Vince McMahon. That's one of Vince McMahon being petty and shit.
Yeah, that was Vince during his final moment.
Yeah, and talking about cracking some whack ass jokes. So where did you cross the road? To get to the other side. Like, get your goofy ass the fuck up out of here.
Hey, ain't nothing more cringe than hide and rape, though.
Oh my god, rape.
Hide and rape was my dude, though.
Nah,
he
man.
He 2 sounds of that. He like, Bobo, that's my friend.
No, after what he did to Michael Cole, I couldn't look at hide and rape.
Oh man. Fucking Lars Sullivan.
And what made it worse was when Michael Cole went. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was bad cringe. Just imagine the breath.
I wonder what Lars Sullivan was doing if he saw that clip. Holy shit!
Oh god. What y'all dare, yo? This dude, Lars Sullivan, he was like, you supposed to be that next monster.
Yeah.
And then everything came tumbling down.
Yeah, but he said something racist as a young person.
one-eyed monster showed up on the internet.
Yo, what is that? Yo.
It's a door.
I know that's you, Scott.
My bad.
I thought it was like Randy was having a heart attack or something.
My bad. I'm in Brownsville.
Stay away from the fucking microwave. How much hot is she gonna eat?
I just love how his nickname was. I just love how his nickname was the Freak, and they found out he had a gay porn. Like, yeah, he was a freak, all right.
Yeah, the Freak.
Yeah.
Steiner goes, I don't want a part of that freak. Scott's like, keep that freak away from me. Shit. Oh my god.
Oh man. Shit. So on to Monday Night Raw. You already see this whole segment between MVP and Scrap Metal, Adam Pearce, Scrap Iron. I just Scrap Metal.
Scrap Metal.
You think that's a tease?
Yeah, that's the tease for the hype business.
But here's the thing, though. Like, you think Omos is gonna be down with the Hurt Business?
Nope.
I hope.
I don't think it means anything at this point. The Hurt Business worked the first time because at the time there were barely any factions in WWE. Now there's a lot of factions in WWE, and almost all of them are heel. So even if they do come back, who are they supposed to feud with? There's nothing but heel factions. It's like Triple H took the idea that AEW has of factions, but in AEW, like there's a combination of faces and heel factions. But if you look at WWE, it is mostly heels. You got the Bloodline, you got the Judgment Day, you got Imperium. So that's three. So those are three very heavily featured factions, and all three of them are heel. So then you add the Hurt Business into it. I mean, I guess they could be faces, but I mean, just look at them. They're wearing suits. You know, they're badasses. They beat up people. I mean, they're supposed to be heels. I mean, I guess the fans could cheer them.
I hear what you're saying. No, I hear what you're saying because it's like, what are they going to fight for?
Right.
Raw only has one belt.
Yeah.
The U.S. belt is like, you know.
Judgment Day.
Yeah, but what is it gonna amount to? Like these dudes literally took over they took over all the belts. The bloodline.
If they're gonna really bring him back, you're gonna have to get rid of one of these heel factions to kind of balance it out. I say leave breadcrumbs, tease it, and do it after Mania. They may have more to do by then. Maybe some of the bloodline will drop some of the belts by then. Because they don't really have anything to fight for now if they come back now.
Yeah, like they need to give a tag team belt. The tag one of them set of tag team belts need to go on Raw, and the WWE Championship needs to go on Raw.
Right.
I mean whatever, one of them four fucking belts, they need to go on Raw. Plain and simple. Like I remember this dude JD was sitting there saying that, you know, not a freedom, but basically on WrestleMania night, you know, just have the Bloodline lose all the belts. And I'm like, nah, that don't make no fucking sense. Like, you're gonna build them up for all this time just for their downfall to be only in one night? Now you gotta chip away. You gotta chip away at that shit. You just can't have them lose all the belts WrestleMania weekend. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's bad.
So they'll be like, all for nothing. I think Roman, like I said, they should figure out a way for Roman and the Usos to
wrestle.
Let me take that back. When it comes to the Usos, they should lose one of those tag team belts before Rumble. Before WrestleMania, right? And on WrestleMania, this dude Roman Reigns should win the first night, which is a Saturday, and lose the second night, which is that Sunday. So he will only have one belt, and whoever wins the belt on Sunday could bring the belt back to Raw. Now,
according to reports,
I wrote this down. I got. Hold on. Now I brought that up, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking this. What if the reason why they building Kevin Owens up like this is just in case Cody Rhodes don't even come back? What if Cody Rhodes don't even come back around that time, and they gotta fill that void? Did anybody ever think like this is why everybody's building up Kevin Owens? No, not for the tag team belts. For him to win one of those straps, like the WWE Championship, and bring it back to Raw. Did anybody ever think that?
Sammy's the one, then. He's the
What
backup.
they're doing with Owens is, like I said before, what they're doing with Owens is, I think the intended end game is supposed to be Owens and Zayn beating the Usos. But like I said before in the other show, at this point, I just personally feel like the end game for the best story currently in WWE being tag team champions, I just view that as beneath Sammy at this point. And I feel like he's at a point now where he should be in contentionship to actually be in a conversation of maybe he should beat Roman. And it's just going to come down to the fans. Because if the fans want it bad enough, then that's going to be the direction. But if they don't want it bad enough, then they'll go with Cody or whatever the plan is, Rock or whoever the fuck it will be. But
your little picture answered your question.
So what if FTR comes back? Then
FTR is
what
not
happened?
coming back. Their
They're not
contract
coming
doesn't
back.
expire until
Oh my
April.
god.
They haven't resigned.
Even if they did come back, their contract doesn't expire until April, so they wouldn't be there for Mania anyway.
Yeah,
So,
and why would you even shoehorn them?
April.
Why would you even shoehorn them into, something like a title match? It's not like they could be like the Hardys, because they did that with the Hardys,
right.
and look what happened with them doing that with the Hardys. They buried Enzo and
They
Cass.
did.
Yeah.
That was the
They
Enzo and
did.
Cass match.
That was the day they died. That was the day. It was sad too because like Enzo and Cass were like super over, but then as soon as the Hardys came back, it was like Enzo who. That was it. So
It was it.
If
They got.
if you're FTR, would you want to go back to a company that made you shave the dude's back and wear these stupid ass clothes? Get the fuck out of here. Jeez,
Yeah, they wanted just like Mr. Shadows.
God.
You know
Yeah.
what? The only thing they can do is put
Not under the
Sami
company
Zayn
not under the
in
person that
in
did
Yeah,
that.
WrestleMania against Roman Reigns and Hell in a Cell. That's the only thing
problem,
you
the
can
don't
do.
problem
give a
with
shit about
WWE is
tag team
WWE
wrestling
doesn't
anyway.
care about tag team wrestling.
They don't care about
never have.
tag team. Only
They never
AEW
have
does.
cared. Right, they never cared about it. So the only way they go back is if they're just like, you know what, we know they don't care, but we need the money, and I think they're doing all right. So
If they get like a Brock Lesnar deal where less dates and shit like that, maybe, and more money. Well, other than that, fuck that. They ain't going.
Or we can just see Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
it's possible. Like I said, but that's on the fans. The fans would have
No,
to
they're
push for it.
already using up the Hell in a Cell at the Rumble.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah, I
that
heard
as well.
about that rumor. Yeah, I heard about that. Like they're gonna bring back Demon Finn Balor against Edge
Yeah,
for
because
that
at first I thought it was going to be
match.
for right. At first I thought it was going to be for Brock and Lashley, but yeah, now I'm hearing it might be Edge and Balor instead.
Bring back the real Hell in a Cell, not this fucking Ronald McDonald play school.
Yeah, this should be all red, right?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
You can't even see what's going on inside the fucking ring.
I'm waiting for a ball pit to be added or something.
But as far as why they're building Owens, man, they're just building Owens because they gotta do something in the meantime until Mania, So
yeah,
that's
still
what
time.
There's a lot of options.
Hey, one of the main options, or both of the main options, like they need to release some of the belts, man, because Raw is like it's lifeless. They have nothing to fight for.
Or move Gunther over to Raw.
Gunther.
It could be Gunther
Sounds
versus
like a World
Brock.
War II pilot. Gunther.
Yeah, according to the reports, the new belts are already done. They have new belts for everything. They're just waiting.
Nice.
And so the way I see it, they're just gonna probably wait until after Mania.
Hold on. Give me a second, real quick. Carlton, we don't talk about that over here. You should know better, my dude. You want to talk about that? Go to their platform. We talk about the old fashioned wrestling and all that over here. We don't talk about that over here, sir. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I was just saying, according to reports, all the new belts are all done already. They're just waiting to debut them. And so the way that post Mania Raw used to be like a reset. So the way I see it, the stories will play out, Mania will happen, and then you'll probably see these new belts after Mania. So that's why I was only saying that because you were talking about how find a way to get one of the titles off the Usos or one of the titles off Roman, and I just don't think they're going to do
So
that.
basically, they're going to separate the titles on draft night.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
The draft.
Well, no Cody. It will be Sami Zayn.
Remember when Undertaker got drafted and he's like,
he took off his sunglasses?
Yeah. That shit was hilarious.
Fucking Bumbletaker.
Bumbletaker.
Why don't they ever? They should come out with a 2K when you could do a storyline. Bumbletaker.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like I know they did the whole shit. Like, oh, can you try to defeat him? Like, try to be the first one to beat his undefeated streak. I like that. What was that for? The 12, I think it was.
That could be like anybody on the roster. Build a character mode where they have like vignettes. You build them up and try to win the title, like storyline. That'd be kind of cool. Like everyone. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Kind of like
peace
Road to
out. Yeah,
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I
Once
like
I
American Badass Baker.
once I started like following sports more, because I was always like whatever about the draft, but then once I started like getting more into like baseball and basketball, I realized like damn, like WWE could be doing a lot more with the draft, and I get why they don't. It's because,
yeah,
TV ratings. Because if it was up to me, right? If they did the draft, like they should do it real. Okay, if I was in charge of WWE, the draft wouldn't even be on TV. It would be like a Peacock special. It would be like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, where you get like the entire roster together. You get them in this big room, and then you have like the GM of one show, the GM of the other show.
yeah.
They're just drafting one person, and the cool part is
Like how ESPN does it.
right, and it should be legit too, like where people don't know what show they're gonna get drafted to. And I remember like there was for a few years, like I think it was 2016, when they were calling up some of the NXT folks like Finn Balor, Nia Jax, Baron Corbin. They had like all the NXT folks like in this warehouse, and like they didn't know if they were gonna be drafted or not. So like when Nia got drafted and when Finn got drafted, like everybody was applauding and clapping because like they didn't know it was real and it was genuine. And it's like they should all be wearing suits and shit. Like make it official, make it legit. But it's like that's not what they do. Like the way they've always presented the draft is just so fucking lazy. Where it's just like have a random match.
So basically have
So
basically have Regal be the GM of Raw and have Pierce be the GM of SmackDown, kind of like that.
Yeah. They should be on stage. They should be on stage. And to what Sandman was saying a couple of weeks ago is it should be set up where when you do the Survivor Series shit, well, they're not doing Raw versus SmackDown at Survivor Series anymore. Triple H got rid of that. But for the sake of argument, let's just say you didn't get rid of that and you were doing the Raw versus SmackDown shit. The winning brand gets first pick at the draft. Make it mean something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if Raw wins Survivor Series, they get first pick. If SmackDown wins, they get first pick. So that way, whoever's the champion gets first pick. So if Roman Reigns was the Universal Champion and SmackDown won, then SmackDown says we pick Roman. That way, Universal is our belt and vice versa, so on and so forth. Like, there's just so many things they could do to make it feel like more legit and so genuine. But like the way they've always presented it is like just so fucking lazy because it's like they'll just do like, here's a random match. Match is over. Okay, here's like 3 random picks. What is it like? Raw gets 3, SmackDown gets 2. It's just
Basically they'd be like, okay, before they will do some shit like, okay, they'll select, okay, there'll be one wrestler from Raw, one wrestler from SmackDown. They have a match, and whatever wrestler wins that match, that particular brand gets to pick, and the pick will be in a raffle, so to speak, and whoever whatever that person draw, whatever, that's the person that goes to that particular brand.
Those boardroom reactions were fucking hilarious on Fox. These fucking people didn't know who these guys were. I was laughing like, what?
Remember, that's when the Dudleys split up. Remember, that's when the first round. That's when the Dudleys split up, and they were legitimately mad.
Or just have a match, like, but during the match, they go, "Oh shit, we got breaking news." A draft or pick. Something.
It should feel special.
And the other thing too, and unfortunately, this is what gets lost the most, especially like with a lot of younger fans. When they first started the draft, like way back, like the original draft, it really did feel like the shows were competing with each other because each show had a different vibe. Raw had a more gritty, kind of like underground sports entertainment type vibe. The table was like sitting near the entrance. It was more character driven, more promo based, more storyline based. Whereas SmackDown, the announce team was sitting near the ring. It was more in ring oriented, more high flying, more of the young up and coming.
Yeah, SmackDown 6.
Right. Each show felt different. When you watch Raw and SmackDown now, the vibe is similar. They feel the same. The shows look the same. everything feels the same. WWE has a sameness to it. It's like they don't feel different anymore. And then when they had the GMs back
Right.
then, Eric Bischoff was the GM of Raw and Stephanie was the GM of SmackDown. Every time there was like a new debut, like Scott Steiner or MVP, like it really felt like the GMs were doing everything they could to make sure the person could sign with this brand. Like, remember, I always remember the one segment
Yeah,
where
you actually felt like a
They
sense of
did over
urgency
Steiner. I
when they
remember
had
that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they actually was trying to pull off trades or try to steal each other's competitors. They
you
feel
know the
important. They
right.
were trying to cut deals.
Yeah.
Back when NXT was still black and gold, I know SmackDown, like when they first brought back the brand split in 2016, like SmackDown was really good when Daniel Bryan and Shane were the GMs of SmackDown. They called SmackDown the land of opportunity. So
Right.
SmackDown from like 2016, 2017 was pretty good. The one
Yeah.
drop ball I thought they did was during that period, like briefly, because 2016 was a really good year for WWE. I actually had renewed hope for them. But the one thing they didn't do was NXT was also blowing up during that time. So like when people from NXT would get called up to Raw or SmackDown, I was like, well, wait a minute. Daniel Bryan and Shane are on SmackDown, and what was it on Raw? Wasn't it like Mick Foley and Stephanie? Was that what it was? I think it was Mick and
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, Mick and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
And it was like I was wanting them to do storylines like we should do stories of like Stephanie and Mick and Daniel Bryan and Shane like going to NXT trying to recruit NXT folks to go to their brand. It was like they didn't do that. So it was like when
Yeah.
they got called up, they would just go to Raw or go to SmackDown. It was like, well, why did they go to this brand over that brand? There was never like any story explanation. They would just get drafted, and then you as a fan were just supposed to just accept it and not ask any questions. And it's just like that's not how it was in the beginning, though. Like Eric Bischoff and Stephanie, when they were GMs, they were literally like politicking and doing things like, "Oh, we'll give you this title shot," or "We'll give
Yeah.
you this spot," or
Yeah.
whatever. Like just little stuff. Just
It was like they had a war room. It's like each
right,
brand had a war room. There
Yeah.
was they were strategizing and doing all types of math. They're like, okay, if we trade this person for that person, we'll save up this type of money, or this person could bring that much fanfare. If we can sell this much merchandise, they was like it just made us seem more important. Now they
Yeah.
just like, okay, you go here, you go there, that's it. Who cares? Hey, we're gonna do it, and then after that, we're gonna have a Survivor Series match. What?
The only good
And
thing they really
if these
did was
motherfuckers just got traded, how can they have loyalty towards their new brand? They just got there.
it, right.
yeah.
They don't have any. They don't have any balls to rock the boat either, and I get it, But it's like back then in the beginning, it really felt like they would draft anybody. Like they broke up established teams. Like they broke up the Hardys, they broke up the
Yeah,
Dudleys,
it made them into new
broke up
stars.
right. They
Yeah.
broke up APA. They broke up Edge and Christian.
Yep,
But it's like
yep,
now when they do drafts, especially like for couples that are like together or married, they're going to be on the same show. So it takes away the drama. So like if Rollins is going to be on Raw, Becky is going to be on Raw. If Montez is going to be on SmackDown, Bianca's going to be on SmackDown. It's like just little stuff like that. That just it takes away the unpredictability because it's like we can't break the
yeah,
rules. Just
Yeah.
so it's like they're afraid to actually like rock the boat now, which to me, in my opinion, that hurts the storytelling of the show because they're not going to take
But
any
Edge was the
chances.
person responsible for ruining all that.
Oh, I see you go.
13 likes. That's what I'm talking about. Let's make it 15 before we get up out of here. Y'all can do it. Let's make it 15.
The
You
only
guys
good
are
thing they
awesome,
really
man.
the only good thing they really did too, I liked, was like after the shows were off, they told you to go to WWE.com for like the future draft picks and stuff. So then at least it drew like to the website, and get fans to look. I thought that was kind of a good idea that they did.
Shit. But before we get up out of here, what's what you think this new MJF plans is for next year, man? What the?
Nobody's taking the title off of him until his contract's up or he's re-signed.
I guess I guess that's what Scott thought about MJF title reign already. He just wants to
No,
toilet.
that's raw reaction
To
right
me, he
there.
already resigned.
I think so too. I think so too.
What are we talking about?
MJF.
You think MJF resigned?
No, resigned.
Oh, hell yeah, he's not going nowhere.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere.
This dude Tony Khan should already have a year-long title reign already penciled in for MJF.
He's probably giving them fucking like part of like ownership for the football and the fucking soccer team.
I just appreciate MJF. I just appreciate MJF telling us in advance it's going to be a reign of terror. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
It should be. And like, if he's supposed to be the devil, I really want him to act like the devil. Because how does the devil act? He preys on people's the hearts of weak men. He preys on people's anger. Basically, he's a master manipulator. And that's how MJF should be.
Yep.
MJF should not be getting his hands dirty that much. Like, MJF should be fighting like once every 2 months. Because if he's a devil, really think of it. The devil is a master manipulator. The devil really don't get his hands dirty like that.
Honestly, I think in the future he might recruit Hook as one of his personal bodyguards. I don't know why. It's got a feeling about Hook.
Yesterday I rewatched the Dynamite from last week, and I was looking at the MJF Ricky Starks match. Really good match, nice heat, and it just sort of hit me. You know who MJF kind of reminds me of now? And I'm not saying he's completely like him. He reminds me a lot of Bobby Roode. Remember when Bobby Roode was doing the It Factor stuff in TNA?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
because when Bobby was champion,
yeah.
When he was heel champion, he didn't have any traditional finishers. He would always like do like a thumb in the eye, a low blow, holding the tights, like this like old school way. Yeah.
Then the perfect flash.
Right. I loved how like when MJF was wrestling Ricky, like because it was a standard, just really good wrestling match, and I just loved how the finish was just giving Ricky a low blow and rolling him up. Like that's just old school shit that like no one does anymore. It's different. So yeah, I like that kind of stuff. It suits him well.
I would ask you, do you
don't have a good baby face no more? They're lacking a baby face.
And that's why Ricky Starks should stay in the loop. Remember I was saying from before, I would not be surprised, since this dude Ricky Starks had got pushed up, fought this dude, MJF. I wouldn't be surprised now you won't see him again to the end of January.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You know how Tony Khan books when it comes to him building somebody new. And it shouldn't be like that. This dude, Ricky Starks, should be on a chase against MJF for like a good 2 months.
They can definitely revisit it down the road.
Yeah, they could. He looks strong. As long as he looks strong, they will go back.
They solidified Ricky Starks.
He had to use a low blow to do it. So there you go. There's the out. Low blow.
There goes the story right there. Ricky Starks can build on that. Ricky Starks can say, "Oh, you didn't beat me clean. You had to punch me in the nuts."
Yeah. And then the next time he fights
a vagina, even though Ricky Starks has a vagina, but nonetheless. I like Ricky Starks. I like it.
Fucking Ryback slapped him with tuna fish. I watched that clip today.
So you hungry? That's it. You hungry?
Yeah, you hungry? You hungry?
That should definitely be that should be one of if I'm Tony Khan, that should be one of my goals going into 2023. 2023, because you already have, you've established, the elite guys like Kenny, Hangman, MJF, all the guys that came in from like day one, they're all like established now. So if I'm TK, my big goal for 2023 is we need to get these guys like Ricky, Eddie Kingston if he gets out of trouble, Jungle Boy or Jack Perry. We need to get those guys to like the next level to where we look at them as like one of the top 2 stars.
They need to put Jungle Boy.
I think Jungle Boy will be the last guy before MJF loses the title.
He's gonna lose.
They need to leave Jungle Boy. Yo, I don't like
ain't gonna get the title.
that. I'm not feeling
Some
that
people,
dude.
some
Man.
people I've given up on. I've given up on Sammy, and that's not TK's fault. That's Sammy's fault. That's his own fault.
Sammy.
It is.
Yeah. I've given up on him. Darby,
And the thing is, Sammy can be such a beast. Sammy Guevara, he is really good. You know what I'm saying? It's just that he can't stay out of trouble. And number two, you know what I mean? All that flippity hoo shit he doesn't have to do. Sammy Guevara can actually wrestle.
But Sammy's a
He's
natural
young
heel.
too. He's young. He's got time.
You know what? Put the belt on Eddie Kingston. Let him beat MJF one day.
God, no.
If Eddie Kingston walks on with a gas can again, yeah, put the title on. That shit was hilarious.
He's definitely going to wrestle Eddie because MJF mentioned Eddie in that first promo where he said Eddie Kingston would never be AEW champion. You know, and I've heard both. I've heard both sides of it because some people say Eddie doesn't look like a world champion, but then I've also heard people compare him to Mick Foley. You know, because Mick Foley kind of had to
Right.
too. So I think that just
And
goes
look how much times Mick Foley won the heavyweight strap.
I think he won it like 3 times. Right? Wasn't he a 3-time champ?
Yeah,
I think 4 times counting.
That's not working.
4 times counting TNA.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't know. It really just depends. It depends on like the promo, because you know at some point we're going to see Eddie and MJF in a promo battle. That'll be good. And it depends on the fans. I don't know. I'm indifferent towards Eddie. I'm not against the idea, but I'm not for it. I could see it, because I know sometimes, Scott, you were a big advocate of it earlier in the year, like before half this crazy shit even happened this year.
Yeah, I was, but then like every great thing, Tony Khan just forgets about the people. He forgets about Eddie
Grand
Kingston.
Slam next year in New York. I would do it in New York. Grand Slam.
Like honestly, they could have had CM Punk lose the title to Eddie Kingston while he was smoking hot, but they forget about. They do a star for like a good 30 seconds and then you forget about them. Like, look,
Eddie Kingston for CM Punk. Nah, he wasn't. Was he the champ? He wasn't the champ when they fought.
No, I'm just saying. Just imagine it could have been Eddie Kingston's time to take the title from CM Punk after his lengthy title run, but they forget about the stars as soon as they get hot.
I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Well, that's what I was saying from before. I won't be surprised.
Rusev.
Remember I was saying from before. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if the next time we see Ricky Starks is at the end of January.
Yeah, or
this dude has a tendency of doing that.
Does Wardlow deserve the title? Like, who do we put as the next babyface?
Nah, he's right now. Willow's beefing with Samoa Joe. He's stuck in the mid card division, and that's his fault. He fucking sat there and said, "Yeah, this is his fault. Like you was supposed to, my dude. You was a top monster. You obliterated MJF.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck who the champ. I don't give, especially around that time. Remember around that time the title was vacant.
But it's Tony Khan. He be smoking that. He's snorting up that good Colombian, Peruvian coke. I don't know what's wrong with that.
Yeah, yo.
So Henny God agrees.
And
he
for
said,
some reason, the only person he trusted was CM Punk, and that shows you that there's something seriously wrong with that. He only trusted CM Punk.
We can break this down because we already know. I've already narrowed it down myself. You know, we already have established that MJF is the kind of wrestler where he's not going to wrestle like that. He's going to be very pick and choose, which he already does anyway.
I think he likes Eddie Kingston.
And he's already confirmed he's going to have a reign of terror. So the way I see it, MJF at most is going to have somewhere around, I'd say, 6 title matches. He's already had one with Ricky Starks. We know he's going to fight Bryan Danielson at Revolution. That's in March. So now we got to pick, okay, who's he facing at Double or Nothing? Who's he facing at All Out? Who's he facing at Full Gear? And who's he facing at Winter is Coming next year? So those are 4 matches. We know Eddie Kingston is going to be one of them because he mentioned Eddie Kingston in the promo. Whether he's going to beat MJF, I don't know. I do think Wardlow, regardless of how far he's fallen off, I do think Wardlow will also face him simply because the last person that pinned MJF was Wardlow. So there's a story there. You could probably do it at Double or Nothing because that's when it happened this year. Remember when that was the first match? That was when MJF got in trouble at the pool at the card tables.
Oh my god!
So,
What's going on, my dude? In a minute. How you been?
Unpopular opinion. I would like to see Dustin Rhodes get a title shot and win it.
Okay.
On the way out?
On the way
Yeah,
out.
remember, he's about to retire. Yeah, he's about to be done with. Shit, I think next year's his last. That's where his contract is up.
The dude can go, and he deserves a title. It's unfair to the business if he does not ever hold a world heavyweight title.
He deserves a match against Black.
I don't think he can win the world title. But I definitely see him going after Joe's TNT title.
I think come on, after what he proved to us, what he did with Cody, I think he still got it. The dude, he's doing something right.
Heavyweight title, no, because wrong place, wrong time when it comes to the heavyweight title. Because MJF got that spot soon. He's not losing that. He should not be losing that belt no time soon.
No, but I'm saying at the
ever been a champion?
Never.
No.
Vince was afraid to pull the trigger with his gimmick.
Oh, especially with Goldust, forget about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Stock sold.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Because he was supposed to be the one to beat Bumdertaker at WrestleMania.
Let him beat beat
13?
MJF at Full Gear.
One of those WrestleManias. Goldust is supposed to be that guy.
Yeah, let Goldust beat MJF at Full Gear. Reign of Terror. It takes someone like a veteran like Rhodes to beat this kid.
No, have him. Yeah, no, have Nick Patrick.
I'm not against your story. Like, I remember not a couple of years ago, it was a decade ago. Remember that time when Miz was WWE champion and Jerry Lawler tried to take the belt off of him? That was a good story.
Yeah, he was close.
Yeah, he didn't win, but it was a good story.
Yeah. And I think MJF would make that match exciting just off the promos. You just give MJF opportunity to just dig it deep. Insult the Rhodes name.
I could actually see
Dusty.
I could actually see MJF going to Dusty's grave and pissing on it. I could see him doing that. Jesus Christ.
I could definitely see MJF doing that. Yeah, I can see. Yo, he's a devil. Let him go there. That's what I'm talking about. This dude, MJF, should be the most. He should be more disrespectful than Bully Ray. He should be the utmost of disrespectivity.
Yeah. Well, Bully Ray, man, the dude fucking lays on the table.
You've convinced me for the promos alone. I don't know if it'll be a pay-per-view match, though. I could see it as
TV.
One of their TV specials. Not Winter is Coming next year, but sometimes during the summer, they have Fighter Fest. They do that.
Fighter Fest, Range Rover, whatever the fuck y'all want, Rover.
Yeah. I can see that like sometime like after Mania or like maybe May, June. Yeah,
and
have it in Texas too. Have it in Texas.
If you want to put the title back on MJF, I'm cool with that too.
Have the match in Texas. That'll be so much fucking heat. Oh my god.
I'm telling you.
I think he should have a lengthy reign. I don't think this dude should not be losing the belt no time soon. Like, I think he should have a lengthy reign because AEW needs that lengthy reign with that belt because that belt, especially when it comes to that belt, it needs to be rechristened.
That's why I said let MJF go like 7-0 as champion, and then that roadblock is Dustin Rhodes. Like he just says, before I retire from this business, I always wanted my shot. Remember,
how is Dustin going to lose the title? Is he going to surrender the title? They do a tournament or something?
He would surrender the title, or it would be like he's so out of gas that he's there for the pickings. But let him have his.
You know what I would do? I will have MJF actually beat this dude. That'll make this dude look like a bigger heel, a bigger dick. Pause.
Legend killer.
MJF.
Right.
Word. Have him really have him, like what you said, make fun of the dude and just make him look like pure shit. Have him make fun of Dusty Rhodes
And then
and
he
have him
gets his
talk about his
revenge.
father. Be like, oh, you're just a failure, just like your father. Have MJF really, really sink his teeth into him defeating him.
And then
If
he
you
has his
do that, you got to
revenge.
have him fight Sting too. Just start taking out everybody. Sting, Dustin, take all the legends out. Shit.
Hell yeah,
telling you.
hell yeah,
Bring
man.
back
Rest in
Arn
peace to
Anderson
Dorothy
so he can
Crown
pull a
and
block
Scott
on him.
Hall.
Bring back Arn Anderson.
Who?
Yeah, I wanted to before we
Arn
go. I
Anderson.
want to. Somebody mentioned Texas earlier. I just want
Yes.
to big ups to the Texas crowd. I've noticed that AEW doesn't go
They're
to
hot.
Texas often, but every time they go there, man, the fans are red
Hot.
hot and they're into it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
segment with Chris
Southern's
Jericho.
Southern's
and,
love wrestling.
Right. That segment with Jericho and the Action Andretti guy, man, that segment was so good because the fans were like so fucking into it. That was like literally a modern day Razor 1-2-3 kid, just absolute unknown jobber guy beating a main eventer. We can say a lot of shit about Jericho, but he's not a selfish guy. Big ups to Texas. Big ups to the Texas crowd. TK, you need to go to Texas more. Give Chicago a break, man. Give those dudes a break. Go to Texas more. Those
Did you see that? Did you see that tweet on Twitter? Some fans said the commentators want to say the word jobber. It's like the new N word you can't say on TV.
Yeah.
Like,
They
what?
don't like the
I
word.
was like,
Yeah.
Please.
You're supposed to say enhancement talent. That's what they prefer.
Enhancement.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Like, fuck all that shit trying to cater to motherfuckers' feelings. Either you're a job or you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of that motherfucking everybody deserves a participation award. Fuck out of here.
I personally, I
Here's my thing though, with Action Andretti. Here's my thing. Here's my thing with him. Like, where they gonna go with it? Where they gonna go with Action? I kind of like that name, Action Andretti. It got a ring to it. But what's next?
Boy, they got to figure that out.
Like, don't let him on TV. He should be back on TV this coming Wednesday. Maybe have a rematch with Chris Jericho, whatever. Like, keep that going. Don't leave him on TV because once you leave him on TV next week, that's when the bum out is gonna start happening.
Nah, he's gonna head back to WWE.
I'll have him fight that Garcia guy.
He's from WWE.
I think he'll head back to WWE and link up with Santos Escobar or something.
What? Who?
I didn't even know he was WWE.
I know.
Yeah,
The dude was signed. He was signed, bro.
Not Andrade. Action Andretti. Action Andretti.
Oh, my bad.
Not Andrade.
Yeah,
Andrade. He's still suspended. Yeah. Andrade. He's suspended.
I personally don't find the term jobber offensive. And I think that jobbers are some of the most important roles in a company because people forget, especially like in the old days, the
Brooklyn
jobbers,
Brawler.
they're the ones
Brooklyn
that
Brawler.
get the event guys over because
Very
they're the
horrible.
ones that go in there. Right, yeah.
They were the ones that made the superstars look strong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Without jobbers, you wouldn't have a Hogan or a Goldberg or a Savage or a Warrior. It's their job to make the top guys look good. So you need to have jobbers.
Iron Mike Sharp with his 20-year arm injury. Iron Mike Sharp.
One of my all the time. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time is Brad Armstrong. He was a jobber.
Brad Armstrong.
You know.
My dude was Barry Horowitz. That was my guy.
Yeah.
Nah, my boy was Mikey Wimbrek.
Mikey Wimbrek.
Mikey Wimbrek.
I was like Boston in ECW.
Remember, he won.
He's Aldo Montoya. As you said, Black.
Just incredible.
I like
Portuguese man.
I like what's his name off of NXT. I think he was fired. What was his name? Oni Lorcan. I like the Oni dude. He was cool. He was mostly a job.
Yeah, he did get fired. He was actually good, man. It was he was bland as fuck. He had no character, but he was a scrapper. He scrapped.
Get your paw out my
He's a coach now. Okay, he's a coach. That's what's up. He needs to be a coach. He reminded me of Fit Finley.
Yeah, I can see that.
Shit. But anyways, I'm about to fall back. Hey, you already know the vibes be. It's about to be Christmas time, y'all.
Hey,
We
don't
all
forget
out
your
there that celebrate, huh?
hey R. Don't forget to stuff your sack for Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, before we go, I just
Shut
learned
up.
recently, I'm probably late. That one time when Steve Austin gave Santa the stunner, that kid that was on Santa's lap, that was Jay Uso. I just figured that out.
No way. Wow. Nice.
Shit. Friday I'm doing a show. But the following Tuesday, I'm not gonna be able to do the show. Just give you a heads up, and I'm gonna give you that reminder also on Friday. So I'm
We'll
gonna
talk.
pull up on Friday.
Now you know what?
We'll
Take a
talk.
break. Take a
We'll
break
talk
Friday.
Wrestle
Wait for New
Kingdom.
Year's.
I was gonna say we can talk Wrestle Kingdom Friday. The card's complete and the fans can cheer now, so everything's back to normal in Japan.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Like you be the correspondent, bring us up to speed. What's going on over there?
All right.
Some actually wrestling. I can't wait. Wrestling. Weird.
Shit. On that note, I'll see y'all on Friday, you bums. Hey, early.